kami ngayon sa lobby kasi magkakaroon kami ng tour, no? Tour about the city of Helsinki. So we're just waiting for the tour guide to arrive in any minute kasi dapat dumating na siya ngayon eh. Medyo late lang siya. But we'll have a 4-hour tour ng Helsinki. Go to the square, to the may rock na church. Ano ba yung makikita pa? Yun ang mga sinabi na tandaan ko eh. So, you'll see later kung ano yung makikita natin, ha? Okay? May library tayo na pupuntahan, no? Yeah, may library na mapupuntahan. So, you'll see later. We'll show you.
First of all, Finland. This is the map of Finland. And it's a big country by European standards. Compared to other European countries, it's the 4th biggest country. So only Germany, France, and a couple are bigger. So it's a very big country, but we have the smallest population. Now, if you look at the map of Finland, this is March this year, and this was going to be like in a couple of months. Have you noticed the entire map of Finland? The entire map of Finland is frozen. The whole country, it's not just part of the country, everything's frozen. And look at the sea. Have you noticed even the Baltic Sea in many places is frozen? So the sea freezes. I know it sounds weird, but you have to remember that the Baltic Sea, normally oceans don't freeze. Why does the sea freeze? In the Philippines, I bet you know the sea doesn't freeze. Here it freezes because it's so much north and so many rivers flow into the Baltic Sea and the connection with Atlantic Ocean. So you have Pacific Ocean there, but we have Atlantic Ocean. The connection is very narrow, so the water takes 20 years to exchange. It's completely, and so many rivers from Russia, from Poland, from Germany flow, and what makes it water 7 times less salt than in the normal sea. If this is 12 centimeters is enough for a person like us to walk, it's safe. People think it has to be really thick. No, 12 centimeters of ice is enough from any of you, even if you're a heavy person, you can still go across, no problem. For a car, if you want to drive a small passenger car, 30 centimeters is enough. It doesn't fall through, but the ice sometimes is 2, 3, 4 meters. So you can imagine you could drive a tank, you can drive a bus over the ice anywhere. So what makes Finland so beautiful is that there are so many lakes. So there are 188,000 lakes in Finland. Only in Canada they have more lakes. So in Canada they have 800,000. We have only 188,000, which is a lot. If you divide population of Finland, just 5.5 million, by how many islands, you get one lake, beautiful like that. It's for every 26 people. It's almost like a private lake. Also, I know you have many islands in the Philippines, but Finland has second most. So we have smaller islands, but we have 177,000 islands, almost 200,000. You can see islands and lakes. And the water here is so clean. If you go to, so don't drink seawater, don't. But all the water from the tap, from anywhere, you go to the bathroom in your room, you can drink tap water. It's not only safe and pure, it tastes amazing. There's no lime, it's the purest water in the world. It does come from those lakes. Plus, this is summer. The winter is very different because we have 4 seasons. We have summer, spring, winter, autumn. So here is the winter, and this is from northern part of Finland.
That's Rovaniemi.
Rovaniemi, yeah, exactly. You rest, right? Because you know that because they have northern lights, aurora borealis. This beautiful thing. You can only see it really high up north on the south. So it's here, lots of ice. The big
Everyone, look.
I've done it for like so many. So
look,
first of all,
look.
the snowballs. So now is the perfect temperature for making snowballs and snowballs. Because when the ice, so +1, +2, when so much snow and ice melts. So what you do, you make a snowball.
Make a small snowball.
It's too.
Make a snowball. Look.
After that's what you do. How to make a snowman? You put it down,
Put it
and then you
down.
roll it. You roll it. Look what you do.
Oh, roll it like that. Roll it.
And it
Roll
gets bigger. It gets bigger.
Oh, it's getting bigger.
Bigger.
Look at him. Look at him. He's big as snowman.
Let's see who makes the biggest ball. So this gets bigger.
Look at this. Look at him. Look at George.
Did I make a ball?
Yeah,
roll it.
When he's rolling it.
No, don't throw.
And it gets bigger.
Oh.
You roll.
You roll, Zaid.
You roll. The more you roll, the bigger it gets. The first 20 rolls is a bit difficult, but once it gets bigger automatically. It gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
You can make a snowball like this. When I was a kid, we used to make fortunes, big fortunes like this.
So if
Like
it's a
bus-
big
Princess, you're ready,
ball,
man.
a lot of people are pushing
yeah.
it. Not just one people,
Yeah.
one man.
helps, of course. And if you make really big balls, you can create a fortress, whole fortress. You can make a castle, many floors high. You can make many things.
It's a famous
Harry, how's your experience when playing
That's so
snow?
fun. And this is a snowball.
Wow.
We throw it at someone to play a snowball fight. Yeah. And it's
Your cheek
not,
is so red na.
sometimes there's like a rock, but it's covered with snow. So if you
Vlogger.
throw that at someone, but
Harry's vlog.
the snow are soft. Yes, they are very soft.
Dapat pala may isa pa
Even
akong
that.
jacket. Hindi kaya.
But for baby,
It's cold.
It's really cold. So like -5 minutes in, it's really cold. Let me know in the next time. Quick introduction. So remember I said it's not it's built by governments of Finland and also the city magistrates of Helsinki. But they ask people before, not like sometimes they don't ask people in your country help a lot, and sometimes they don't ask people. But here they ask people, what do you want? And people said really like, and we're gonna listen because we're gonna make it a really expensive, like really big project. So we want to make it good. So we don't have regrets. People say, oh, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. So they actually, for 4 years, they were asking people all around Helsinki, what do you want people in this library? Like anything, ask. We're gonna listen to you. So some kids, little children said, we want like walking robots, and we want this and that, crazy ideas. Some elderly people said, in many libraries, the shelves are too high, so we cannot reach for the books. They're too high. That's a big problem. So many hundreds of ideas came, thousands. So people could go near to the internet, or people go inside the city hall, elderly people who don't know how to use internet, people who are at 70, 80, they will write a piece of paper and put it into the box. So for 4 years, we collected this information, and we wanted to make it like, it's not perfect, but almost perfect. So what they did, they took all suggestions, and some of them said, of course, no, we cannot do robots, but we can do a lot of things. So they built this library, and it was completed 4 years ago, in 2018. And what's amazing, they have so many activities. So it's not even a library, it's a community center. There are things here, you can rent guitars here, we can see. You can do 3D printing. There are rooms for studying, there are rooms for playing guitars. People playing chess over there. There are restaurants, there are toilets, bathrooms, there are coffee places. There are so many things. There are things you can study, rooms quite on the second floor. There are rooms you can play guitar, so kids, you go there, you just jam in with drums, and you can book that. There are things, there's books of course, board games you play on the table. On a balcony over there, in the summertime, people not only drinking coffee, but also doing yoga and Pilates. So people stretching, it has everything, but no swimming facilities. It even has a cinema. So we try, because we have long winters. In the winter time, this weather, right, you don't want to be outside too much, right? In the summertime, we're always outside. People go crazy. In the summer, we're like, yeah, summer. Winter, was like cold indoors, so we go from work to home, from home to this place and all. So the idea is to have one really big library. For us, it's really big because remember, there are only 700,000 people living in Helsinki. So for us, it's big. Maybe for America, Philippines, other countries, for China, it's really small. For us, it's really big. So we built this, and the amazing thing is that you can bring whole family, grandparents, parents, children come here, and nobody is bored. There's no something to do. The computer games, you know, all new computer games, VR. So if you come here, everything is free apart from 3 or 4 things like 3D printing. You know, 3D printing machines are expensive. Also, large. If you want to make big poster of like some, you know, big poster, you have to pay. Some things are not free, but there are only like 4 or 5 things that you have to pay for. Everything's free and everything's accessible. In the normal life, I've never seen so many kids in the library because nowadays all children, what they do, they're on TikTok, on phones, yeah, Instagram. But here you see kids like they come from games and maybe they read a book. So let's go explore. So second floor is for more like personal space, for music, for conferences, for studying. And look at this, 3D printers. They're not free. This is really expensive material. So you can 3D print anything. But even though it's a library, it has so many things you never expect to find in a library.
3D printer.
3D. They can print anything. You can print this glove, your hat, anything. Phone, you put it, and it prints the same thing. Anything you want to 3D print. You can print anything, but it costs money, of course. So you can print your hands. You can print your hands. You can print anything. So you can do anything. It's a 3D printing. It's a real printer. It copies anything you see. It costs money, right? Guys, we can come here later. So let's go further. It basically copies anything, not on paper, but in real life. So do you see those chests there? The dragon, the car. So there's a machine room.
Oh my god, listen
There's a machine room. You can come here and it has a laser cutter. So they come with laser. Engraving machine. Electronic machine. And this is used ultraviolet. So you can come here. Instead of reading books and listening to music, you can do all these things. Next one, I'm going to show you the most amazing thing. And if you
Hit press.
When you get into music and play guitar, you're going to love this.
Wow. Wow, pwede mag-edit oh.
You can be from the Philippines, a country, you can come here for months and just get a temporary.
Ganda ng screen yan,
If
laki.
you're living here, working here, you get a card.
Edit to.
And if you don't have the
Kaya, no?
temporary card,
Kaya.
less access.
Dami silang pera.
Once you leave, if you come here, you can for once to work.
Fender.
Eh, ito may speakers.
Fender pa.
How many libraries in the world? There's games. No. So this one is so easy.
You have that guitar, right? But you play guitar for us. The one who does not
Harry, what's your partner?
Look at this.
So first the stairs. What's so important? It has the best perspective you get from down there.
Amazing. It's like an illusion.
For atheists. So all these words there, they have meaning, deep meaning that everybody, whatever your religious meaning, whatever your sexual orientation, whatever your political views, you're all welcome here. That's the thing. So all these things basically, whatever you are, for heroes, for brave people, for proud people. So no judging. But it says all these words means like whatever you are, like you're proud, you're brave, you're scared, and all. So these are adverbs describing people and saying basically this place is a no discrimination zone.
Hi, nandito kami ngayon sa pinakamalaki na library sa Helsinki. And nakakatuwa si Prince. Umikot siya, nakita niya ito, Manila. It's about the Philippines. Oh, tingnan mo naman na may bahay kubo pa dyan. Oh. May bahay kubo. Yun. Buksan natin kung ano laman. Ay, tingnan mo yung bangka natin. Diba? Parang yung buhay ng mga Filipino noon. Yan. Tapos ito, it's in English. Yan, about the about Manila, about the history, about the Bahay Kubo. No?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Saan mo nakita to?
I thought.
Saan mo nakita to? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can you return it there?
So for us, we were really proud. So Nokia, and where Nokia comes from? Nokia is the name of a small village. From Helsinki, if you drive 2-hour drive from Helsinki to the north, and you come to Nokia. It's a small village town, and their first time, a family was making rubber boots 120 years ago. After that, they said, okay, let's start making tires for the cars. So there are still Nokia tires and rubber boots, but you can see Nokia boots. They're really funny. These days, it's a separate company. Why they're funny? Because they're all colors. You can order pink, yellow, green, blue, purple, any color you want. Any rainbow colors you want. So the boots. Back in the days, of course, everything was black. And so this company eventually, for 100 years, they were making only rubber boots and car tires from rubber. And then in 1965, they said, okay, let's make electronics, TVs and radios. Why? So they're making electronics. And then 15 years later, in 1980, said like, we're making TV sets and radios. Let's not make phones, cell phones, mobile phones. So it became the best company in the world for many years. Better than American Motorola, 25 years like #1. So Finnish people like love Nokia and all. So of course Nokia is gone now. It's a more like disintegrated part of Microsoft. So it's not here anymore as much. There's some Nokia, but we still love Nokia. We have a rubber boot strong competition. We have a cell phone. We have a mosquito catching competition. Because for instance, we have a lot of mosquitoes in the summer. Only in the summer, near the lakes, so many mosquitoes. So you have to spray yourself. Which is bad, you know, from sauna, fresh and, you know, after sauna. The best thing about sauna, you feel younger, you feel lighter, it's amazing. When you go sauna swimming. So if you go to sauna, guys, remember, spend only a few minutes in sauna, then outside in the snow, swimming, and all get cold, hot, cold. The more time you do it, the more energy you have. So don't stay in the sauna for 1 hour. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna pass out. You're gonna call ambulance. Okay? So 5 minutes in the sauna, out. So cold, hot. And drink water. Yeah. You need also drink water. If you, for every 1 hour in the sauna, you have to drink almost 1 liter of water.
Yeah.
It's really important. The funniest competition in Finland, guys, that's the funniest one. It's a wife carrying competition. And this is really old tradition. So this tradition is more than 1,000 years old. And so more than 1,000 years old. But now it's become like more like fun, like a world championship. So 25 years ago, some other countries found out we have this. And they were laughing, haha, it's really funny. And so the prize, yeah, I'm gonna tell you. So, but the idea is that many hundred guys pick up their girlfriends' wives, like this, like anytime you want, and they have to run 400, 500 meters from starting line to the finishing line. And they have obstacles there. They have things like cold water, mud, so you drop. So imagine this guy, he's running, slips up, drops his girlfriend, wife in the mud, she gets angry, you know. So, but they still run. So, and they really try, because there's a really funny prize at the end of it. The winner of this competition gets the weight of the wife in beer. So, yeah, so if she weighs like 75 kilos, she gets 75 liters. So it's kind of a joke thing, but people take it lightly. And look, people standing there drinking beer, laughing. So it's kind of fun. But it comes from the old tradition when sometimes, unfortunately, many years ago, used to kidnap women from other villages. So run away, you have to run. So kidnap a wife and you run. So it comes from those times. Nobody kidnaps anybody anymore, of course. It's against the law. But it comes from those. So this is more than 1,000 years tradition. Now it's turned into nobody's kidnapping, but make fun of it. So they compete, and the fastest man with the girlfriend wife gets the weight of this his girlfriend. Personal space. So we'll have to, because we still many hundred kilometers from each other, so we'll have personal space, silence, and it's so funny because when the pandemic came, when they told us, the government said like you have to be now, the social distance is 3 meters. And we said like, why 3 meters? We used to 10 meters. Like, why don't we come closer to each other now? So why do we have to come closer? We're okay with that. So there's another joke. It's how to make fun of each other. So Finnish Nightmares, it's a cartoon. So if you go on Instagram, guys, if you take a phone and you type Finnish Nightmares, you will laugh a lot. There are more than 500 pictures about Finnish culture, and a lot of them are a little bit embarrassing. So Finnish Nightmares. Take your phone, just type Finnish Nightmares, pictures, and you will laugh a lot. Because this one is a problem. This guy, typical Finnish guy, not everybody else like. Remember, not everybody. I'm more sociable, but there are some people from old generation. He gets on a bus and he's panicking because he has to sit next to somebody. So for him, the bus is full. There's nightmare number 2. I'm gonna show just 2 or 3 photos, not many, but just so you get some ideas. So another one is here.
Oh no. And they start speaking to you. Yeah.
When a stranger gets, he starts talking to you. Okay?
Someone sits next to you in public transport and then they start speaking to you. Oh,
So it's a joke, of course. Another one very similar is another one.
finish that way.
When a stranger looks you in the eyes,
And smile.
they're scared.
Scared, like, we're not used to it. We don't know how to make small talk. American people, you know, they go, hi, do this. For us, it's not people like, we're just scared. Because it's not in our culture. And one more, because we have really good public transport. We have like bus trams, even in winter time, maybe like 1 or 2 minutes late, but never like really late. So we have a very organized country. So that's one.
Public transport is late.
Is that true?
2 minutes late. So they don't panic. So like I said, this is the biggest train station in Finland, not just Helsinki, in Finland. And it's called Grand Helsinki, the Grand Helsinki train station, because you can understand, because the trains here you have short trains that go to nearby areas of Helsinki, just outside, and then to Lapland. Are you going to Lapland by train or flying?
By tomorrow by flight. Yeah.
But you can also go by train. It takes 12 hours to go
12 hours.
the entire country. So there is no other big train station here. That's the main one.
Is it
And
a
if you
bullet
get-
train?
Yeah, this is the train. You can go to Lapland, you can go to Sweden, you can go to Norway, and you can even go to Russia before the war. You can even go to Russia. So that's kind of the main. Anyway, so if you travel 5 kilometers or 1,000 kilometers, this is the main station. So let's go through the main building. So this was built, just remember I told you we have independence from 1917, so 105 years. So 1 year after we got independence from Russia, we built a station. So it's almost as old as our independence, 104 years.
Thank you
You're
all.
welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Downstairs you have metro. So only Helsinki in the whole country has metro, no other cities. So only the capital has metro. It's a very long line. It's 40 kilometers, with about 18 stops. It goes from. It's not like in other countries, many crossroads. It has bus stations. It has trams. You see those trams. So Helsinki has a really good public transport network, and it's the main one. So we go from this door, and in just 2 minutes, if you're fast, in 2 minutes we're gonna find the most amazing place for adults, for us, for the kids. Ice cream, chocolates, toys, all this stuff. So it's like a shopping paradise. It's called Stockman.
Break tayo dito. Naalala mo yun?
Stay for 2 more months. Even though so the Christmas is over. Maybe you know the story. That's 4 years in a row the United Nations made Let's go there. And how I feel about 20 or 30 minutes shopping?
Maybe 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay?
Sorry po.
And some kids come here. Let's join. Nagbakasyon kayo ha.
1, 2, 3, 4. Look more. Go.
Oh, the kids come here. Kids.
Harry. There you go.
Show your face.
This side. This side.
Happy New Year po.
Do you want that?
Ito vlog lang. May Tagalog.
Yeah.
Namin galing kahapon lang.
Ako po yung nag-stay na dito. As ano.
Kahapon din tayo dumating, di ba?
The other day.
Adi pa lang. Sorry. Ikaw nag-stay dito.
Ako po. Kinuha ko na sila ng
bagong dating.
Opo, sila yung bagong dating.
Oh my God. Ikaw sanay na sa lamig.
Opo.
Kayo ang ano. Sige, enjoy. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Say daw, say daw.
Honey.
Like a cave.
I can go here.
Spectrolated. So let's have a look at spectral. The stone.
Have me.
So guys, no trenches against the enemy, and we found it doesn't look like much. Yeah, look at it. But once polished, can you see? With all the colors of rainbow, and you can make amazing jewelry, pendants, earrings from the same color. It's orange, yellow, green. If you look at it, if you come here a little bit closer, you make earrings, all these things. You can put them in Lapland, and there was specially this stone does not exist anywhere else. Maybe it's in some other, maybe you find it in the Philippines, some other, but not yet. So far, and look at it. Look at the colors. And when you make jewelry from it, next layer has another level. So see, so these are the things, and that's why we called it Finland stone. That's how it really looks.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
Like a rainbow.
Yes, and this one is natural one, not polished.
Imagine you use it natural for a jewelry. So you take the first layer, and there's next layer. So you remove more.
Yeah, it's
and look at it. It's so many colors. There's no other stone that has so many colors in the same stone. So that makes it so special. So we're supposed, I'll give you the full story. So in 1940, we're supposed to have the Summer Olympics here in Helsinki. We're granted really big honor for our country, small country that nobody even heard about. But then we built the Olympic Stadium already in 1938. And then guess what happened? World War II started. So we couldn't have the Olympic Games. So we had to wait until 1952. So exactly 70 years ago. So 70 years ago we hosted the Summer Olympics. It was a really big event for us, really big boost for our economy, for our image. So a lot of people came along. And so for our company, it was one of the biggest years, really huge events. And my grandfather was telling about this and said like, Finnish people were so proud because it was like a really big thing for us. But what else happened is that that year, we also came up with a national drink, which I showed the picture, long drink. And that didn't finish there, because the same year, for the first time, Miss Universe competition took place in California, US. And the person who won this competition was a Finnish woman, and her name was Armi Kuusela. So the first ever Miss Universe was Armi Kuusela, beautiful Finnish blonde lady, and she married the Philippine, one of the richest men in the Philippines. This Ilario, look him up. Ilario. So Armi Kuusela is so that's the Finnish, Finland's Philippine connection. We have to go to the hotel soon. So our bus, if you want to board the bus is over there. Can you see the black bus?
Oh yeah.
So, I'll tell you a story about the square. If you want to go to the toilet, I'll tell you in a minute. So first, quickly the square. This is the most historical square because that's the former Senate building. So during Russian times, we had our own Senate that was only responsible to Russian Emperor. And the first ever, in 1906, first time ever women were allowed to vote and run for political office. Decision was made here in 1906. That's 100 years ago, making Finland the first country in the world that's allowed to do so. So that's in that Senate. Now it's not called Senate anymore. It's called government building, the government. So that's where our cabinet of ministers and prime ministers are. So this is the main church. This is the main church of Finland and Helsinki, called the Grand Helsinki Cathedral. And over here is the main university. So the Grand University. And the main bank is behind this building. So this is the most historical square. There's education, religion, politics, everything around this area. And even the president's palace is nearby, okay?
Finally, we're done sa aming tour. No? It's a 4 hours na tour all around the city. Nag-enjoy yung mga bata, nag-enjoy din kami, dami namin nakita. And very interesting yung mga napuntahan namin ng mga lugar. No? It's so exciting na visit namin yung mga different places dito sa Helsinki. So, punta rin kayo dito sa Finland. The capital is Helsinki. And there's a lot of interesting places to visit here sa Helsinki. Okay, bye!